Hi everybody, welcome back to In The Huddle. I'm Jillian Kushner. I hope y'all had a great holiday season, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it was. I hope you had a great holiday. Hope you had a great New Year's Eve as well as 2017. It's crazy. But today we are going to talk about the big games this weekend. We have the NFL playoffs and the College Football National Championship. So before you go, please subscribe below and keep watching to find out the big games this weekend. Okay, so like I said, we have the first round of the NFL playoffs this weekend, and then the College Football National Championship is on Monday. I will briefly talk about what happened in the college football playoffs and how we ended up with our national championship. But first, let's talk about the NFL. So like I said, this weekend is the first round of the NFL playoffs. It's the wild card round. So the matchups we have are the Oakland Raiders versus the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions versus the Seattle Seahawks, and then on Sunday we had the Miami Dolphins versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the New York Giants versus the Green Bay Packers. The NFC matchups are way better than the AFC matchups, which is to be expected. The NFC is way more entertaining than the AFC, so I don't really have to say much about these AFC matchups, and you'll kind of see why when I talk about the injuries. So like I said, the Oakland Raiders at 12-4 playing the Houston Texans at 9-7. This could have been a good game. It could have been. But then life happened. And life happened and it hurt people. And what happened was Derek Carr, the starting quarterback for the Raiders, broke his leg 2 weeks ago. So he's not playing. The Raiders named Connor Cook the starter for this game. This is going to be his first career start. He is a rookie. It's his first year in the league. He's starting in the wild card game. Playoffs is going to be his first start ever. This is never the situation you want to be in. It's not fun. You never want to play a rookie quarterback. Like, that's scary no matter what. In the playoffs, I've said before, I didn't expect the Raiders to be good this year. They surprised me, and now this isn't going too well for them. And I'd say the Texans were going to win this game, but the Texans are having their own issues. The Texans are having their own quarterback issues. This is wild to me. The Texans benched their starting quarterback and then started playing this guy named Tom Savage, and everyone loved Tom Savage, who's playing well, but now he's hurt, so he has a concussion, so now he's not playing. This is just an entire mess. So they've just ruled that he is likely out for this game. I don't know who's going to win this game. This game just seems like a mess to me. Like I said, this could have been a good matchup had injuries not happened, had life not got us down, but life knocked us down, and this is what we're left with. So, yeah. Now for the second matchup of Saturday, this is the NFC matchup. This is the Detroit Lions at 9-7 against the Seattle Seahawks at 10-5-1. No drama to talk about here. Nothing like that. I do think that the Seahawks have the upper hand in this game. I think the Seahawks are just a better team. As you can see from the records, obviously, Seahawks do have that tie, though. Yay for ties. But I don't think the Lions are going to be able to compete to the same level that the Seahawks are. No offense to the Lions. I was really rooting for y'all, against the Cowboys and stuff, and you just let me down. So my standards right now, my expectations for the Lions are pretty low. Expect the Seahawks to pull this one out. This is the Saturday night game. And now for Sunday's matchups. The AFC matchup is the Miami Dolphins at 10-6 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers at 11-5. I think this is going to be a great game. I'm excited for this one. This one's going to be a good game for many reasons. I've talked about the Steelers before. Very talented team. They are cocky. Well, you know what? I think they're actually just confident going into this playoffs. They really think they're going to make it. And I could see them making it. They are a talented team. I've talked about Antonio Brown before, the receiver. Best receiver in the league. No doubt, no question. He's incredible. Had him on my fantasy team, and he did me well, and I love him for that. Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback, not a fan of him, but he is a very talented quarterback. Their running back, Le'Veon Bell, man, this guy's good. Woo, he's a good running back. Might be the best in the league. He is something special. That guy is hard to stop. Great running back. With him and Antonio Brown, it is so hard to stop them. They are just so talented. You just have to hand it off to Le'Veon and throw it to Antonio, and you're good. Of course, the Dolphins are a talented team as well. I don't want to knock them one bit. However, the Dolphins are having a quarterback problem too with these injuries. Their starting quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, hurt his knee, and unless something crazy happens, he's not going to start. So they're going to play Matt Moore against the Steelers. This is really, not what you want to happen, but injuries happen to everybody. It sucks. Dolphins also have a very talented receiver in Jarvis Landry. Jarvis was also on my fantasy team. Didn't do me as well as Antonio did. So I'm more inclined to say Antonio's better. Jarvis thinks he's better. All about the confidence. I'm here for it. Good job. But I do think the Steelers are going to pull this one out. I don't know how you can cover Antonio and still stop Le'Veon. That is too much to focus on. Stopping this amazing receiver and this amazing running back, it's too hard. I don't think that the Dolphins defense is up for that, so I would pick the Steelers in this one. And then I think this is like the best game this weekend is going to be the New York Giants at 11-5 versus the Green Bay Packers at 10-6. Ooh, this is just a good one. So the Giants, I'm here for the Giants because they beat the Cowboys twice, and I'm good with that. Love that. They also have Odell Beckham Jr., another fantastic receiver. He was known for that one-handed catch, got him really famous. Great receiver. I think he's extremely talented. Not better than Antonio Brown, but he's up there. He's up there. Really good. The issue with the Giants is their quarterback, Eli Manning. Eli Manning, how do we discuss Eli Manning? So when the Giants played the Eagles, if they won that game, they would have clinched a spot in the playoffs. So when you have an important game like that, Eli Manning decided he was going to throw 2 interceptions. And that didn't surprise a single person because that's just what Eli Manning does. And that's why I can't pick the Giants for this game because you don't know what Eli Manning you're going to get. You're either going to get the Eli Manning who's Peyton Manning's brother, or you're going to get that Eli Manning who you're like, how is he related to Peyton Manning? It's too hard with him. And the Packers, I think I've talked about Aaron Rodgers before. He was also my fantasy quarterback. Shout out to him. Love him. Aaron Rodgers, he's something so special. He is probably, I think he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He is the greatest quarterback of all time when there's less than 2 minutes left to play in a game. If you need someone in less than 2 minutes, if you need to make magic happen, he's the guy to make it happen. He is a magician with the ball. He is a wizard. What he does on the field blows my mind every single week when I see him play, and I still know it's going to happen. He still rocks my world. Brett Favre, former Packers quarterback, thinks that they could go to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't dispute that. They are a very talented team. Aaron Rodgers is fantastic. If Tom Brady didn't exist, Aaron Rodgers would be the best quarterback in the NFL, but Tom Brady exists. Aaron Rodgers is fantastic. I can't rave about him enough. One of the Packers receivers, Randall Cobb, is having an injury with his ankle. He's missing practice. I'm sure he'll play. Like, nobody wants to miss a playoff game. No one wants to miss that. So they have to be really hurt to miss this. Again, I picked the Packers to win this because Aaron Rodgers, man. So if the Packers are down and there's like 2 minutes left and you're like, wow, this game is over, don't stop watching. It is not over. I promise you it's not over. It's not. Aaron Rodgers is going to do something. He'll probably win the game. Just wait. Just watch. Definitely watch that game. If you're going to watch any of these, watch the Green Bay New York game. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited for that one. Now let's talk about the college football playoffs. Let me tell you why I'm pissed off at the playoffs. So there's one thing I wanted this year, and that was to have a different matchup than we had last year. I didn't want to see Alabama and Clemson in the national championship again. Do you know what I got? I got the same matchup. We're seeing Alabama and Clemson in the national championship again. So Alabama in the playoff, in the first round, they played Washington. Alabama was number 1, Washington was number 4. I said from the beginning, Washington is good, but they can't hang with the big boys. This was like children against men. It was like Pee Wee versus college. It just wasn't, Washington didn't stand a chance. Alabama could have won by a lot more, but they won 24-7. I stopped watching at like halftime. I was like, Washington's not making this comeback for me. I give up. My favorite team going into the playoffs was Ohio State. I was confident Ohio State was going to make it to the national championship and win. Do you want to know what Ohio State did to me? They got blown out by Clemson. They didn't score a point. Didn't score a field goal. Was not on the board. They lost to Clemson 31-0. I'm still shocked to this moment. I was waiting. I was like, second half, they're going to come back. Fourth quarter, they're going to come back. And they didn't. I cannot believe that they showed up to play a college football playoff game like that. You should never get blown out in the college football playoff game. That means you didn't deserve to be there. I'm speechless. I'm very upset at Ohio State. I was very deeply invested in them, and they let me down. So now I have the same matchup I got last year. However, in this Clemson-Ohio State game, Clemson did show a lot of promise. They are a very talented team. It makes this game a little more interesting. Do I think that they're going to beat Alabama? I don't know. But if Alabama wins this game, if they win the national championship again, I'm going to make a petition to the NCAA to ban them from postseason play because this is getting ridiculous. They have won 4 national championships since 2009. That's not fair. It's not fun anymore. Is this fun for them? Is it fun for Alabama fans? They won last year. They've been in every single playoff. Like, is it fun? Is it fun to win this much? Because I don't think it is. I think it got old for y'all. I'm just saying. Right now, Nick Saban, the head coach of Alabama, he is trying to beat Bear Bryant, a legendary Alabama coach, beat his championship record. Do I think Alabama could win this game? Yeah, I do. They have a true freshman quarterback, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even faze anybody. Like, a freshman at Alabama is like a senior at a normal school. They're just that good. I think Clemson is a lot better than they were last year. I think it's going to be a better game than it was last year. I don't know who's going to win it. I want Clemson to win. I'm pulling for y'all. I'm really aboard the Clemson train. Please don't let me down. I feel like Alabama's going to win. It's 2017 and Alabama hasn't lost since the beginning of the season in 2015. So, history is not on the side of Clemson. It's not. It looks like Bama's going to win this, but Clemson, I'm pulling for y'all. I'm always about the underdog. If anyone can do it, maybe y'all could do it. I don't know. We had some really good bowl games. I can talk about that next week, but that's all I have for this week. Watch the games this weekend. I might be coming back on Tuesday, really pissed off about the national championship. I will let y'all know. But we will discuss these games next week, see what happens, and then we got some more playoff games in the NFL. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.